There once lived a boy named Rowan, and from the day he could remember, he felt something inside him that no one else seemed to carry. It wasn't sadness, exactly. It wasn't anger either. It was something heavier, darker, as if a shadow lived just beneath his ribs. People in his village described him as quiet, intense, and a little different, but Rowan didn't know how to explain what he felt. How do you describe something you don't understand? As a child, Rowan was soft-spoken and gentle. He loved drawing, listening to stories, and sitting near the river to watch the water flow. But inside, an invisible pressure grew, tightening his chest in moments he couldn't predict. If someone ignored him, the pressure grew. If someone yelled at him, the pressure grew. If he felt lonely, forgotten, or misunderstood, the pressure grew. Rowan didn't know that the pressure had a name. He didn't know he was feeding something. One evening, when Rowan was 8, he sat alone behind his house, crying quietly after being bullied by older kids. As he buried his face in his hands, he heard a whisper. It wasn't from anyone around him, it came from inside. "They don't respect you." Rowan froze. He looked around, wiping his tears. No one was there. "They think you're weak," the voice continued. Rowan trembled. "Who are you?" he whispered. "I am the one who protects you," the voice replied. "But you must feed me." Rowan didn't understand. "Feed you with what?" "Your pain," the voice said softly. "Your anger, your fear. Give it to me, and I will make you strong." The idea terrified him, yet he found himself drawn to it. He didn't want to feel weak anymore, so he whispered, "Okay." And that is when the monster took its first breath. It wasn't a creature he could see, not the way he saw birds or people. It lived inside him, in the quiet corners of his heart and mind. But he felt it, a dark warmth, a tightening, a strange sense of power mixed with fear. He thought it was helping him. Whenever Rowan felt hurt, ignored, embarrassed, or afraid, he fed the monster, not intentionally, not with purpose, but every time he swallowed his emotions instead of expressing them, every time he bottled up the pain, every time he held back tears to look strong, the monster grew. By the time Rowan became a teenager, the monster had grown louder. "Don't trust anyone. Don't show weakness. Don't forgive. Don't forget. They will leave you. They will hurt you. Protect yourself. Protect us." Rowan listened. He stopped confiding in people. He stopped asking for help. He stopped showing vulnerability. He isolated himself, thinking he was becoming stronger. But he wasn't. He was becoming hollow. On the outside, he looked like a quiet young man. On the inside, the monster was growing, pacing, hungry. One night, Rowan had a terrible argument with his father. His father accused him of being distant, cold, and disrespectful. Rowan felt that old pressure rising inside him. The monster whispered, "He doesn't love you." "He never did." Rowan shouted words he didn't mean. His father shouted back. The argument exploded like fire in a dry forest. Rowan ran out of the house and straight into the woods. The wind whipped through the trees. The sky was moonless, dark. He collapsed near an old fallen log, pressing his shaking hands to his face. "That wasn't me," Rowan whispered. "Why do I say things like that? Why do I do this?" "It is because you feed me," the monster whispered. This time, Rowan heard it clearly, not like a thought, but like a voice beside him. He turned his head slowly. Standing a few feet away was a figure, tall, dark, human-shaped. Its body looked like shifting smoke, eyes glowing faintly. Rowan's breath hitched. You're real," he whispered. "I am as real as the pain you give me," the monster said. Rowan's hands trembled. "You said you protect me." "I did," the monster replied, "but I need more. I am hungry." "For what?" Rowan whispered. "For everything you refuse to feel." Rowan felt cold. The monster stepped closer. "All these years, you have fed me your fear, your anger, your loneliness, your shame. I have grown strong, but you are weak. And now you belong to me." "No," Rowan said, backing up. "I don't want this." "You made me," the monster said. "You let me in. You listened. You trusted me. I am everything you hid from the world. I am every emotion you never faced. Rowan felt panic rising. What do you want from me? I want everything, the monster said. Your sadness, your guilt, your regrets, your exhaustion. Feed me. Feed me until nothing is left. Rowan collapsed to his knees. Please, he whispered. I can't do this anymore. The monster bent down, its voice low. Then stop pretending you are fine. Stop burying what hurts. Stop hiding. Face what you fear. Only then will I shrink. Rowan looked up, breath shaking. But I don't know how. The monster pointed a dark finger toward Rowan's heart. Start by looking inward. You fed me by running away from yourself. Starve me by facing who you are. Rowan closed his eyes, and memories flooded in like a storm. Times he felt unloved. Times he felt invisible. Times he felt ashamed. Times he swallowed words until they hurt. Every moment he ignored his emotions played before him, a lifetime of wounds piled high. Tears began to fall slowly at first, then uncontrollably. He sobbed, his body shaking, crying in a way he hadn't since he was a child. The monster growled, shrinking slightly. Rowan looked up through tears. Why do I feel like this? Because you finally stopped feeding me, the monster whispered. Rowan placed his hand on his chest. I'm tired of running. The monster stepped back, its smoky body flickering. If you face what's inside you, your truth, your pain, I will fade. I only survive in hiding. Rowan swallowed hard. Then I want you gone. The monster nodded slowly. Then feel. Let the truth break open. Let the wounds breathe. Rowan closed his eyes again, allowing himself to feel every emotion he had buried for years. Fear, shame, anger, loneliness. They crashed over him like waves, painful but cleansing. With every emotion he accepted instead of hiding, the monster shrank. When Rowan opened his eyes, the monster was almost gone, a faint outline in the darkness. Will you ever return? Rowan asked. The monster's voice softened. Only if you stop being honest with yourself. And then it dissolved, fading into the night like smoke caught by the wind. Rowan sat alone under the trees, exhausted but lighter than he had ever felt. The pressure inside him was still there, but softer, quieter, no longer controlling him. He took a deep breath. For the first time in years, it didn't hurt. He whispered to himself, I have to face myself, not run from me. He stood up slowly and walked home, not healed, not perfect, but awake. And awake was enough. It was the beginning of becoming whole.